Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Liam with me. We've just lost 3-1 to Brighton here at Emirates. First loss. I know it's in the cup, but first loss at the Emirates Stadium. What happened? I keep saying this because we couldn't see it. What happened?
Man, it felt like a 2021 interview. Like, coming the loss, man. It's disappointing. The reason it's disappointing because I really wanted this place to be our fortress this season. I thought, do you know what? Nobody's gonna come here and beat us, and I'm not gonna now change my perspective and say, oh, no one's gonna beat us in the Premier League. No, it's still a loss, and it still feels the same.
No one saw it though. Only you guys.
only us 60-odd thousand saw it, but it doesn't feel any better. But at the same time, I'd rather go out now than go out in the semi-final like last year. It's less fixtures, but I don't know, man. I guess from the lineup, it showed me Arteta didn't really have this in his plans this season.
Yep.
Which, fine. No one remembers the League Cup come the end of the season. It's not something that you look back on and you go, I wish we'd done a couple more rounds in that. It's seen differently to FA Cup, innit? But, I mean, it still feels the same and it feels sad. When the game started and the first couple of minutes went by, I thought, you know what? He's the one who sees his players day in, day out at training, and he's the one who makes the judgment on who to bring in, who to give opportunities to. And Karl Hein was one of them who I've watched a few 23s games over the years, and he's been probably one of the best players in that 23s team.
Wow.
And obviously he had a season out on loan at Reading, done fairly well there. So I thought, you know what, the time is right to give him a debut. And unfortunately he didn't grab it with two hands. I remember Nketiah's debut for us. I remember Saka's debut, Guys like that, they grabbed the opportunity and they solidified their place in the team. But you can't expect that of every young player coming in. So some of the criticism I've seen of Hein today, I go as far as say it's disgusting because I don't think he done too bad.
Wow.
Honestly, with his feet playing out, it's good. I think managers nowadays, they try and play throughout the first team the same way down the youth system, so they play the same system. And I can see that Karl Hein had with his footwork, with his playing out, he knew where to play to. First half before the mistake, he had the confidence to do it, and I thought he'd done well. And in a way, I think he actually performed better than Matt Turner. Again, certain things you don't see on TV.
Fair.
The goalkeeper's not in the camera all the time, but I see Matt Turner being coached by Rob Holding and them lot centre back, whereas Karl Hein sort of had that maturity and had that. I don't know what the word is, but I thought he done really well. Bar the mistake. Steven Gerrard slipped. No one talks about it, but Karl Hein, he made a little. I don't know what everyone else thought, but
So you're saying his presence as well in goal, you felt is different to what you saw with Matt Turner when he first came in.
Unfortunately, he made a mistake today, but he's one of the players who I'd give another opportunity to. But there are more experienced players. I think Cedric sticks out for me, who maybe should have done a lot better than he did today. And as a young player making your debut, you do, without saying it, you do rely on other players to maybe get you out of jail sometimes. And I don't think anyone really did. Barring the mistake, I don't think we've done enough to win the game. So I don't think it's fair to point fingers. Clearly, the manager didn't have this competition in mind. So the result obviously reflects on the intention of the season. I'd rather lose here today than I would on Saturday, because Saturday's much more important. But
do you think the players feel that as well? Do you think they felt that?
The ones on the pitch, no. I do feel like some of them were riding on the coattails of the first 11 who were doing exceptional. But the opportunity comes. Sometimes they need a rest, and that is where you come into play to sort of give them the energy to do the job on the weekend and do the job in the league and keep us challenging. And I feel like they've let them down a little bit. Had we gone like a couple goals up, they might have been able to rest a few players and
then made it.
But we did have a lot of players like Reece Nelson who might deserve an opportunity, and
Martinelli should have buried it as well.
He should have.
Nketiah's second chance to hit the post as well, that was vital.
So there was chances that should have been taken. Is it clear that we do need strength then in January to finish up?
I don't know. The thing is, it was never our intention to be where we are. No one before the season thought Arsenal would be top of the league going into. If we win on Saturday, we're top of the league Christmas. That's crazy.
Mad.
Who would have predicted that? If I had a tenner on that, I'd be laughing right now. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, we do have some players out on loan as well who are looking really promising, and to say strengthening December or January maybe hindering some of the opportunities the players coming back, because I haven't been watching many games, but apparently Balogun's doing really well. Apparently Tavares is out there doing Patino as well, doing really well. Even Austin Trusty. So we've got two strikers potentially coming back. So to say we're going to strengthen in January, and Eddie, do you know what I mean? I think Eddie signed that contract, and fair enough, I would have given him the contract as well on the promise that he shows. I think he can grow and become a very good player. no one gave him that contract expecting him to do it in 6 months by Christmas. Do you know what I mean? So he's another player who will grow into it. And I think by strengthening, you're hindering certain opportunities. But given the position that we're in, you might have to reevaluate the situation and say, do you know what? We do need a Jesus backup, because God forbid he gets injured and Eddie's the only striker we have at this club. What if something happens to him? We're in trouble. We might not slip from first to second. We might slip, we might slip from fourth to fifth.
Party back up as well.
And party backup, and the midfield backup. So
Love.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.